Hi, so I want to show you an app which I developed for recording small tournaments and club tournaments in fencing. So it records pool rounds and KO rounds. I built it with artificial intelligence as a project to learn how to use it. And it's free. I released it on GitHub, so you can download, change the code, or just install on your computer, on your Android. It is developed for the Android telephone. So you just go on this address on GitHub or search it. And this is the README file. So you have to look for the fence.apk, which is the app file to be installed on the telephone or on the tablet, and then you click on download here where the raw file is. It's quite small, it's only 3 megabytes. So once it's ready, you can open it, and it will ask you to install or not. But as you are here, I guess you want to install it. It's installed. Sometime it will ask you for permissions because the app is not in the Android store, in the Play Store, so maybe you have to give permissions to execute it to whatever. Okay, this is the first page of the app where you can enter the names and the results of the participants. So you press on the names. I don't know. You just give the name by clicking on the fields, and you can enter wherever you want. So once you have your names, you can start to enter result. Just it's quite intuitive, the interface. You just click on the fields. So now I press on Luis against Ferte, and then it comes up pop-up where you can enter the result. The first one is for Luis, so like let's say 2, and the second is for Ferte, which wins at 5. And once you enter the result, then you already have the calculations here for victories given and taken, index and percent of winning. The last column is for the position. So now you go on like that for entering all the other results. You are not constrained to be below 5. I just gave some numbers, so you can give also quite strange results. If you want to fight like that, it's calculated again the highest number against the other. The only option which is not available is when both have the same numbers, so like 6, then it's not accepted. Okay, and after you have it, so you can also reset the entry, so then only that one goes away. If you want to play according to more standard rules, just press on the number of the participant, and then you have a list of the upcoming booths following standard rules. You can also change the number of participants by pressing, so in the first half of the number, if you press any number for a long time, then you reduce the number of participants down to 5 minimum, and if you press on the lowest part of the numbers, then you can increase the number of participants. It's not limited, but then the size will be too small to work. Okay, then you can export from here, just pressing on the top row here. You can export a file. If you want to save the matrix, give it a name, and it's in the download folder. You can then open it again. So if you go down here, you see the help informations. Sometimes this writing disappears, but it's always available. If you click here, nothing happens. Okay, then you have a help menu where it's explained how the app works, more or less, how the interactions work in every page we have. And you can load the file, the one you saved, or restore. In all these pages, when you find restore, if you press it, then you restore the situation in case of a crash of the app. So you just press it and it's loaded the last saved status. You can also save QR code. So this is thought as a way to export the results to another app or to another telephone. So if you want, then you can press QR in and then read in the result of another telephone. So you can select to import the QR code from the camera or even from the gallery if you saved one of the QR codes, maybe with the screenshot, like C1. So this is a previous setup which I saved. Okay, then you have the option if you long press on the last row to reorder them, and it's reordered by ranking position so that it's easier to read. You can also change the colors if you like some other colors. And by long pressing on this area or just swipe, you go to the next page. So the next page here will show the general results, so the overview of the previous page. It's not updated automatically because maybe you have edited something here, so all the fields are editable, and so you don't want to lose what you just added. But in case you want just to reload the previous results, then press here and there it is. Also here you can save it as a QR or you can import a QR. In this case I have a QR add button so that if you have two fencing groups which are fighting in two different pools, then you can import here the results of the other pool and do a general ranking in case you want to proceed for the direct matches. Also here you can long press on the numbers, the higher, so the lowest numbers above will reduce the number of the participant and the numbers below will increase it. But let's say in this case we have just 5 participants and the final positions are defined here. Also long clicking here, it's reorganized. So once you have this, or maybe let's say you said you want to change something, you can change here the percentage of the results. So yeah, if you want anyhow to edit anything here, it's possible. Then again, just long press on the matrix or swipe. If you swipe, you can change the page in all the pages. So you get to the direct matches. Now it's empty. Again, I can reload it. I have a confirmation dialog in this case. And so here I have the previous one ordered by ranking. So if there are more than, so if to go to the power of 2 participants, then some entries are empty and they are already given as lost. So in the first match, Hinze goes on to the second round. So here again, I can enter the results for the second match. And then in this case, Lewis wins and goes on to meet Hinze. And so you define all the matches down to the end. There is also here QR in, QR out, and restore for a crash, and replace in case you want to load a file which you exported with the save button, which is down here. So all the saving and reloading replace will work with comma separated files, which is readable by any text editor or Excel or whatever. I have also an entry here if you want to add the consolation brackets so that all the positions are defined down to the end. So, okay, in this case it's not that easy at first. Oh, it's quite easy before the first round. There is only Gijo losing and all the rest are empty. But after second round, here we have already 2 people which gets out of the match. So in this case, Hinze and Ferte lose, and they go on to meet for the last third and fourth place. So this is the winner. Luis wins, Julio is second, and then in the last third and fourth position you have Hinze and then Ferte. Again, I can long click on a cell or just drag, and I go to the last page where I have the rankings. I also can save it on the comma separated file. And that's more or less how it works. So I can long click and I go back to the first page. So I just to show how you can add really a lot of participants, then it may be difficult to get to the right cell with the finger, but it's not really limited by that. Also here when you add other participants, so like let's say I load a second group, so now the list of people goes. Now we have 11 participants. I can reorder them again, so the number in here is a bit chaotic because I saved it in a wrong way. So, but this seems wrong, so probably I have to still check some. I know it's the final position before. So I here maybe have to do some debug on these calculations. 100, so now, yeah, okay, no, that was okay, it was not ordered yet. So, that's it. And now we have 11 participants, and if I go to the next page where the results are, where the directs, I reload, and then I have the new participants, where all the names are there, so it's a bit more complex, the names and the ordering of the matches, the trees, but somehow it can accept up to 128 participants, but I guess the limit then is the screen. So okay, so that's more or less how the app is done and how it works. So try to use it, don't lose your data. So the app needs some debugging still, and it may be that it crashes in an unpredictable way, so it's a bit risky to go with your own results without saving them on a paper, at least until you know how the app works and if it has some issues. In any case, you can give me back some feedback. I am available on the GitHub, and also here my email is there to be contacted. Okay, have fun.